get positive, outcome.
Yeah, so far so good. It's been okay. The trajectory of this whole thing is looking good. So yeah.
Let me show you, please. So this is the waiting area.
Nice out, yeah.
How are you feeling, baby?
Oh, good. Feeling positive. Optimistic.
This mask makes me look like I have a beard. Hey guys, so we didn't give you an update yesterday as to the test and this makeup, man. Quarantine makeup. As the test and everything, well, we did all the tests. It came out good. Some of the results are still not out, obviously, because they take time. One, we did a scan yesterday, and to our surprise, we saw, the doctor saw a sac. He was not so sure what it was. It was like he wants us to wait, because it did not even make sense to me, to anybody. To him, he was confused, like, what is this? What day of the cycle is it? Like, and so what he wanted to do was to do a trial of what was it called? To do a trial, basically, to see how if you're putting a probe into the uterine cavity, like how it will go, the way it bends and the turns and all of that. What happened? The doctor took the scan and looked at it and said, I see something. This was at day 7 of the cycle, and we're looking at he sees something like a sac.
Yeah. Small, tiny.
It's not a blood
round
clot. From a medical perspective, looking at the scan, it was not a blood clot, but it looked more like a fetus, a gestational sac. Yeah, like a gestational sac.
Yeah.
It looked more like that. So what he said was that we have to wait. To see if the period comes or the period doesn't come. And so he deferred the test, because there was no point doing the test if what we wanted is already in progress. None of this made sense. Day 7, why are you seeing gestational sac? Okay. And so spiritually went into we just took like, oh, no problem, thank you, doctor, we'll be fine, we'll come next time, thank you, no problem. And what did we do? We got home and we started strategizing.
Spiritually we're praying and singing and
yes, that's when we now embarked on the 7 days. I think it was more than 7 days.
I think it was 7 days basically.
We were basically
every day
praising and praying all the prayers that we can pray. We had already started praying before, it's not even that it started now. So and I think within that period, within the 2 weeks that we had to wait for whether a period was coming or a period was not coming, I had a revelation. I was in the theater and something was removed, like a piece of tissue, and it was like God was the surgeon or somebody mighty was the surgeon, and he removed the tissue and was like, oh yeah, leave that part, she can conceive now like this. That should be okay for her to conceive. And so I was like excited and waiting, and like, oh yes, this gestational something that has been seen is the answer to our prayers. We're going to conceive, and lo and behold, what happens, baby?
Nothing.
A period comes. These are my emotions. Literally, this is how we felt. it was a roller coaster of emotions like this, and the excitement would go up,
raising the hoops way up, and
it just goes down. And so anyways, we didn't understand what this meant. And you know, when God reveals things to you, it's like bits and pieces. You don't know.
You know, we see in part.
Exactly. You don't know how it's going to go. You don't know what's next. So we did all the tests, and then
from the result of the test, my result basically, and I think us to combine together. We had two options, and one is the IUI.
Actually, we had three because he was saying that we could wait.
Okay, so if you add that,
he was like we could wait. You know,
three options actually. Young. So we could wait, you know, and keep trying and hopefully get pregnant. The second option is the IUI. It's called the intrauterine insemination.
Where they just take his sperm and basically wash it a little bit. And then insert it into the uterus of the woman. So
And the third one is the one on IVF, you know, where the fertilization occurs outside the body and inserted into the uterus.
And I wasn't feeling the first two because your girl was, let me not say impatient. Let me say I was determined, not desperate. I was determined to get I was determined to get this thing done. So there was nothing that wait another 3 to 6 months. That was just not on my calendar. And then,
I wanted to be pregnant yesterday.
Like I literally say yesterday. Okay, and then the IUI, the disadvantage why we didn't want to go with the IUI was that because of the test result that we had from him, and I didn't want to do the HSG.
It's quite painful.
So it was like, is there really any point? Let's just go straight for what we know has the higher percentage of success, and which was the IVF, and that was what we went for. And that's how we decided to go for the IVF. Now, here is where the drama starts. Gang.
Trust me, it's really gang.